Hi, in this episode of Confluence series, we are going to talk about Company Hub. Company Hub is a page on Confluence wherein all the employees can see the up-to-date documents, have key resources stored that helps kind of close any communication gaps, promote productivity and collaboration among various teams. So the information that is placed on the company hub can be useful to all the employees across the organization. um, the companies you know can put information about the employees kudos, team celebrations, leadership updates, new hires, benefits, holidays, people team updates. Or if here in this example I've used kind of a travel for employees kind of thing, just as an example. But it depends upon from company to company on how and what kind of information they want to put on this company hub section. So let's deep dive into some of these settings. The first setting that I want to talk about is the hub settings, which will have all the general details about the hub. So if you see here, you should be able to see the hub views, most clicked items. There is hub name. So you can click here to go ahead and edit the hub. If you want to change the name of the hub, you can go ahead and click on more actions. So you have the history of the changes of the hub. You can rename the hub. You can say, I'm going to say travel for employees in this example. And you can deactivate the hub using the deactivate option. And you can even, it's been like edited 20 minutes ago also, and it is published currently. You can see analytics, wherein you can understand how many views, what are the unique visitors, the clicks, click-through rates, and some graphical representation of all the metrics. And what are all the users that are having access to this hub, right? I'm going to just go take a step back, go to the travel for employees. So this is the company hub name now. So at the start, you have a header image. You can edit the hub using this edit option over here that you see. You can go ahead and change the header image. You can put any other external image that you want. You can use this upload option, and the recommended size is usually 1100 pixel or wider. And you can reposition this image by using the reposition option, and you click apply to save the changes. And at the same time, you can remove the image if you would like to using the remove image option. Apart from that, you could go ahead and put some emoji over here. You see remove emoji. And if you want to put an emoji, you can go ahead and say, just find one, and you can just go ahead and add that. And you can go ahead and give a headline to this company hub. So this headline is going to be different from this company hub name. Okay, so you can edit this. Okay, so and once you can go ahead and align the headline also using this alignment options that you have. You can even update the status of the company hub by saying what is the current status of this hub, whether it is an in progress, rough draft, ready for review, or verified, or you can delete any external, any existing status also. So these are the initial settings of the hub here. Apart from that, you have the normal settings that you usually see in Confluence, like the layouts, emojis, at the rate, images, links, checklist, and everything. You can use any of those, but I'm not going to deep dive into those as of now. The main focus would be looking into more options of how to customize and configure this company hub to represent information or resources effectively. Once you go ahead and make any changes, you can say update for all the changes to be seen. So travel for employees has been updated. You can close the pop-up. Confluence provides you 3 different ways to represent dynamic content on the company hub. These 3 ways are cards, carousels, and you can use Spotlight. So now we will deep dive into the first option, which is cards. Cards allow you to organize and display content in a very interactive way, and they could make the content visually appealing. And if you have a collection of items, their cards can be used very effectively to kind of represent them on the company hub. So I already have a card on the Company Hub page, but if you want to add additional cards, you can use the plus icon, insert elements, and you can say card to add a new one. However, now we are going to deep dive into this, configure this card a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to click on this, and when I hover over it, you can see the cards option here highlighted. So I'll hover here and I'll say edit, and then I can go into this cards option. So there are two kind of settings that the cards have. One is feature level options and card level options. So first, let's discuss about the feature level options. So at the feature level, the cards could be two types. One is manual card or dynamic card. So let's first talk about the manual cards. When we select the manual cards, you could go ahead and change the size of the card. It could be small, look like this, medium, it would look like this, and if it's large, it would look like this. And you can show the last update made on each card, show who the owner is, and select target audience also. So here, currently we are seeing 4 cards. So you can go ahead and customize and who can see each of these cards. Suppose I say target content for each card. If I select for each card, then at each card level, I would be able to highlight the target groups. Target groups is nothing but the user groups of Confluence. So you can see here, there is user groups over here. So I can select them and only they would be able to see this card ideally. Okay. So you're kind of configuring in such a way that this card could be shown to only a certain set of users if you are selecting the target content for each card option. Suppose you're selecting all cards option, then that particular target groups would be highlighted at the top. If you see, it's just below this one, so that whoever users you're selecting, they would be able to see all the 4 cards on this particular page. If I go back and say all each card, it again goes back to individual card level representation, right? So that is how this target content for option could be used. So this is a feature level options. Now let us look at the card level options. At the card level, you have currently we have 4 cards. If you want to add additional cards, it's possible by using the add card option. Um, for each of this card, there is a link. So you can go ahead and give a link to the card to where you want to drive the user to. It can be an internal link or an external one. So here I'm going to use an external link of the place that I'm talking about. I'm going to use quickly the Wikipedia page itself. Say add link, add it over here, insert. You have the title, which is recommended. You can give the description. You can browse an image. You can upload external images and target groups if you're selecting something, as each card over here, right? And this is how you're kind of customizing each card. And you can say remove card also if you want. If you want to add additional cards, then you would say add card and it will add another card. If you want to add additional card, so you can go on and on additional cards. You can go ahead and add them to represent more visually appealing content or put a lot of content in small blocks ideally, right? And if you want to swap these cards, positions of these cards, you can go ahead and drag them using this hand icon, right? So positions of these cards change. If you want to remove any of these cards, you can quickly go ahead and open the card and say remove card, and that would remove that card from that section completely. So this is a manual way of doing cards. Let's look at the dynamic way of doing cards. Dynamic way is a little bit different of what we've seen at manual. Manual, we're able to control what kind of information we want to put on the card. But with dynamic, we are not able to control that. We are able to control it in a way that it should be represented in a filter option and only internal content can be shown up on the card section. So use dynamic cards to build filters that instantly generate an auto updating set of cards. So you can say build dynamic cards and now a filter appears. So this filter will determine what kind of content you want to show. So you can say filter contributor. I can even select, yeah, the filter is selected now, and you can say space. In the product management, I have different content, so I can say confirm. This is how it will be represented, right? So you can do a large, small, and a medium. I'm going to go back again and look at our view filters. So I think there is a small delay in the selections. So if you see here, you can go ahead and select the space and any contributors. So I have selected contributor. I can uncheck this one. It's just taking a while to kind of select that unchecked. And I said that I want all the content under use clear filter option, right? So that's removed. So I want to choose the all the uh, you know content under the product management page, and I've selected that one, and I'll confirm, and this is how it's going to show up. I can go ahead and say large, small, medium. You can even see the last update, updated 3 days ago, updated 3 days ago, updated 3 days ago. You can show the owner also, and you can also increase the number of cards using this. If you have large amount of data under the space or page, you can go ahead and represent, give the number of cards that you also want to show. So this view current filters option is how you're using to show the data. And as I said, this dynamic cards is only used to show content that is internal, like whatever is there on your Confluence page. Any external information cannot be shown, like an external link cannot be added to this. Okay, so once you kind of select all of this options that is needed, you can go ahead and update the page for the information to be shown up. You can either select manual or dynamic. So there are two options in cards. Okay, going back to manual, and I'll say medium. Click on update for the information to be shown up accurately. So this is how you can go ahead and represent interactive content using cards. So a lot of information can be shown in small blocks. Manual is something that could even lead to external links, but dynamic is something that is only for internal usage. Okay, this is how you can effectively use your cards option on the company hub. Another important way to represent dynamic content on the company hub is to use the carousel feature. Carousel allows you to display a rotating and interactive series of 3 frames on your page, ideal for showcasing information in a very visually appealing way when you have a collection of items idly. So what we are seeing on the screen is nothing but an example of carousel. Okay, so if you have a bigger image, this is nothing but it's representing the smaller image over here. You have 3 dynamic, interactive images over here with information headings on them. So you also have a bigger image, which is a part of the smaller image, as I told. There is a heading over here, and there is a description, and there's a view option, which is clickable, and it leads to the page where you want the user to land on. So let us go ahead and deep dive into the configuration of the carousel feature. So I'm going to go ahead and click on edit, and you can click here and click on edit over here. However, if you want to add additional carousels into your company hub, you can use the insert elements and just type carousel, and you should be able to add new carousel features to your company hub page. So now let us go ahead and click edit over here, and you're able to see the definition, creating a rotating trio of dynamic frames. You also have the cards represented. So it allows only 3 cards. You have 3 cards over here. You can move the cards up and down using this hand icon. And each of this card can have custom image. So let's click on the first one. So you have add a link option over here. You can go ahead and add a link. So I'm going to add a link over here. This could be an internal link or an external link. I'm going to add a link over here. This could be an internal link or an external link. Insert. And then you have the title. We have given the title over here. And you give a description also. And you can upload custom images, or you can use the image that is given by default. I have uploaded a custom image over here, and you have remove card, which entirely removes the card also. So once you set this completely, you can just go ahead and click on update. You need not save anything because the information is auto saved here. So you have three cards. You can edit all the cards in the same way, right? So if I go to the third one, should be able to edit it the same way. And I'll go and click on update. Once I update, a pop-up is going to show up to show that the card has been updated, and you can scroll down and we can see them over here, right? If you click on view, you should be directed to the page where you are leading, of which you have put the link to, right? So go back. So this is how you can use the carousel option to show some dynamic content on the company hub. The third important feature that is used to create some dynamic content on the company hub is Spotlight. Spotlight is used to present important messages with larger images, colorful backgrounds, and also some interactive links. So if you see here, this is a Spotlight. So you have an image, you have a colorful background, you have a headline, description, and a button also available here for some interactive links. So let's go ahead and quickly diagnose and make more configurational changes to this. So I'm going to go and click on edit. Once in the company hub is in edit mode, you should be able to edit the spotlight. So if you see here, you can see it is a spotlight highlighted, and you click on edit. You have two ways you can edit this. One is you can go ahead and edit the styles of the spotlight, and the other is you can go ahead and edit the content of the spotlight. So let's understand the styles edit of the spotlight. So in styles, you have changes in background color. You can go ahead and put a different background color, green, whatever you want here. This seems good. And then you have text color changes. You can go ahead and change the text also here. So you have some, more custom colors also here. You can drag this marker however you need, right? And once the text is changes, you can go ahead and change the layout also. There are three kinds of layouts that Spotlight configuration offers. One is you have a split design where the content come first and then there is an image, or you can say image first and then the content, and then you have just the content itself on a color background, so solid color backgrounds. If you see here, you can go ahead and change this way, right? So I'm going to select the first one for now, and this is how you can go ahead and do some styles changes on the spotlight. Now let us get into the content changes that you can make. For the content, you have a headline, so you can change the headline, right? And you can change the description every quarter, year. You can give more description also over here. There's lots of space. And then you can also change the images. I've uploaded a custom image, but you can go ahead and use the default one or upload your own custom image also here as needed. And you have a button option over here, which is nothing but this one. See, it's getting highlighted when I just hover over it. You can change the button by clicking here, and you can give a link. Currently, I have given a Google link. You can remove the link over here, and you can give one more, another. I'm just gonna redo it, right? So I'm gonna say Google, or you can give the Confluence link or any other link that you think that is needed. Like when someone clicks on that button, it should actually take the user to that particular link, to this particular link it is going to take them. So you click on insert and the link is inserted, and you change the button name if you want. Apply for travel bonus, right? And you have some configuration on the button also as needed, right? So once you select however you want this is all done. You need not save anything. You have to just go ahead and update the page so that the changes are being reflected on the company hub. So there is no auto save option. There is no save option. It is automatically saved. So you click on update. You see here, there is a pop-up saying that the changes have been made. You can close this one, scroll down, and you can see the colored background. You see the image, and you have the link also over here. Click on the button, and it takes to google.com as needed, right? So this is how you're going to set up a spotlight on the company hub, right?